Okay, just a quick look round. Obviously the internet fired up okay, no problems with that. You'd know that because I answered all my comments from Sunday's video. Progress on the house sale. The new conveyancer sent their welcome pack. The forms are fully electronic and intuitive, so if you try and submit the form and you've missed bits out or done it wrong, it takes you back to that section to have another go. So I completed the welcome pack in a couple of hours, whereas last time it took me absolutely ages and they never acknowledged they'd even received it. I sent these forms back, submitted them, within about 3 minutes I got an acknowledgement back. Now okay, that's an automated reply, but at least they did something. So it seems to be going okay. Their ID checks are a bit thorough. I had to go and take a selfie on my phone and add it to the documentation. A lot of people don't realise when you take a photo with a digital camera of any kind, doesn't matter what sort of digital camera, it's date and time stamped. Now you might not know how to find out what that is, but it's there, and anybody who does know can find out exactly. So they use the selfie to back up the photo on your driver's license or your passport to verify that that picture is really you and you haven't been mucking about, because that photo, that date and time stamp at the back of a photo can't be mucked about with. You can't take it backwards. Anyway, I thought I'd just have a quick look round. Cat's litter tray is there for the moment. That's in the way, but it isn't because I don't walk through the hall very often, and they're using it. Talk about a problem. I got I got Mojo into his crate to bring him over here, and I picked Elvis up and he twigged exactly what was going on and he wriggled, and I managed to just about get him in his crate, but he escaped and ran straight outside. I didn't think to shut the door behind me, so he was gone. So I had to come over here yesterday with just Mojo on his own, and he cried all night. I've had no sleep at all trying to comfort him. He just would not settle down. So that was hard work. And then literally 6:30 this morning I went back over to get Elvis because I knew he'd be in. I left a light on for him and he'd be hungry, so I knew he'd be around. And this time I made sure he couldn't escape. I went upstairs and shut all the bedroom doors and shut the door to the hall, so I had him trapped on the staircase. Anyway, I got him loaded up and a couple of extra bits like my camera that I'd left over there, and got him over here, and he scattered when I let him out. He at quite a speed, not running but walking really quickly, had a quick scout round, all wide-eyed, looked round, bumped into Mojo. Mojo went silent straight away as soon as he saw his friend, and they both settled down under the bed upstairs, and they've been there most of the day. They've both had a bit to eat, not much, but they've settled down, they've stopped crying. So I think, you know, after tonight they'll probably be fine. And they're using the litter tray, that's the important bit. I hope they don't forget. Anyway, I'm not going to show you the whole house, I'm just going to go around a few. I'm still unpacking. Now why the cat litter is there is that gap there, which is where you hang your tea towel. On the end of this cupboard, down the bottom, the piece of wood's missing. Mojo got in under there and went right round to here and would not come out. Took an awful long time to coax him out. I was thinking I was going to have to take the unit to bits. Anyway, I haven't got everything finalised yet. I've just got stuff in here and thrown it around. You know, I've thrown some stuff up in the glass cupboard. I haven't finally made my mind up where everything's going to go, but I did manage to get the Phalaenopsis on the windowsill. They spent till about 10 o'clock last night out on the car seat. I forgot them. And I hope you can see that. There's a bush out there with blossom on. I only noticed that this morning. I have to go out and have a proper look at that sometime. Winter flowering cherry, I suspect, or something like that. Anyway, so I've chucked stuff in the kitchen. It might not stay in this place. I've got things in cupboards. You know, I've got my food in the fridge, so the kitchen's semi-sorted. I probably will make changes, but it's not a big deal. And everywhere is just boxes and crates where I've unpacked some stuff, and you know, I'll take the boxes back round to the other house to help with bringing the orchids over, and what's left will go up the tip, because I don't need loads of boxes now. So Christmas decorations are on the end of the table. I haven't got them out of the bags yet. I set me lights up and me reindeer. I'll get them sorted out. Talk about wire city at the moment. I haven't got my wire tidies sorted out yet, because I'm still not absolutely certain I'm going to stay like this. So there's wires absolutely everywhere, boxes and crates. The freezer ended up there on the grounds. It can't really go anywhere else, and I can't put it up there because the door won't open. That's already been discussed. But I did change this idea round, and I like it a lot better, because we had that piece of furniture was up in this corner lengthways, whereas by moving it over here and putting it that way, this seating's not quite so squashed up now. So I put the settee in this here with a slight angle, and then I've got my chair sort of more central for the TV. I've dotted a couple of tables around at the moment. Nothing's in its proper place, it's just been thrown around. And as I said, it's have you ever seen such a mess of wires in all your flipping life? And we had a panic just now. I had to scan in a couple of documents for this new conveyancing pack, and do you think I could find the mains lead for the printer? Now I wanted the printer up here. That's what that's supposed to be for, and the mains lead's 2 foot long, about 60 centimetres. What use is that? That's why the printer's back on the floor. Now I know why it was on the floor at the other place, because the lead's too short. I will deal with that, because I want that printer up off the floor, out the way. That's where my feet go. But it's also where all the plug holes are. Oh, it's ridiculous. It's just so many things have to plug in nowadays. You know, it's ridiculous. You know, I mean, you come round, there's the printer. There's the sound system. There's the screen. There's the laptop. Yeah? And we've only got to there, you know. And then we come on round here. You know, I've got my phone charger. I've got the charger for the Hoover that's not even plugged in at the moment. Then you come round here, I've got a side lamp, the hub, the screen, the sound bar, sorry, TV, the sound bar. Everything needs plugging in. Oh, you see, then turn this house on and the national grid goes down. Anyway, that's how I've set it up for now, and it's semi-comfortable. This bit works nicely. I've been sat there a fair bit today because I've had a lot of documents to fill in and stuff. And when the orchids are there, that's just going to be nice. I can't move the TV back much further, but I think I might. There's a reason. That chair is there not because I'm going to sit in it, that's for the cats to jump up. They've always used that chair to jump up on the computer table and spend some time with me. Okay, they're not doing it yet. But Mojo jumped up there a couple of times yesterday evening in his inability to settle. But what we're looking at here is my L-shaped table comes out over the door. I could make that gap a bit narrower. Once we've got all the shelving and everything in there, once everything's in there, the only thing that's got to go through that door is me. And I'm not that big. So if this piece of furniture comes out a bit more, then that piece can come out a bit more, and the TV can come back a bit. So it's a bit farther away from the seating area, because it is a bit close. It's either that or I'll get a smaller TV. It's all relative. But this sort of space here, apart from needing access to get to the grow room, is sort of wasted space here. You know, there's a fair bit of open land here that's not going to get used. You know, even if somebody was sitting at the table, it's still rather a large amount of space. But I can only come so far across, and I'll block the doorway, but we may move a few bits around. So that's where we are. As I say, there's stuff all over the place, and there's boxes and stuff. I'm just about to take them out in the car. the bottom box is the Christmas tree, the big Christmas tree, which I'm hoping to put up. But it's only Tuesday today. I've still got Wednesday, some of Thursday. I've got to go shopping really early Thursday morning and get our food for Christmas. And then I've still got the rest of Thursday. But I think what I'll do is I'll go and get the food early, come back here, stick it in the fridge and freezer or whatever, and get some breakfast, and then go over the other house and do the orchids for Christmas. Make sure everything's had water that needs it, and just check everything's okay. You know, otherwise I probably won't see it till the day after Boxing Day, if not the day after that, which is quite a long time to not even be able to see them. So yeah, that's how far I've got, which is, as I said, I need some wire tidies, because basically there's some hooks up under here. So if I can get wire tidies, then a lot of that wiring can just run up the leg and along and not be all over the floor. You put your feet down there, it ties yourself in knots. Yeah. Anyway, so that's as far as I've got, and yeah, I had quite a busy day today. The stress level yesterday of having to come over here and leave Elvis behind, the alternative was to not bring Mojo and stay there, and that put me a day behind again, if you see what I mean. Oh, and the plumber came today, and magically the heated towel rail ended up not needing a plumber, because it had 2 inlet taps, one each side, and they were open, but there was no hot water coming through, so it was cold. Well, I did them up and undid them this morning. Now it's working fine. So they must have just been stuck or had a bit of grit or something. The radiator with the broken valve on it, the plumber arrived and had a look at that, and he said, quite honestly, he said, I took the valve off to replace it and virtually no water came out. He said, you've got some blockages, your water's not flowing clean. And he showed me the water that came out, and it's absolutely filthy. So he said, I will get in touch with the agents. We need a full flush. We need to clean the whole system right down through, including the inside of the boiler and everything, and then get it loaded up with clean water with the chemical that keeps it clean, and do it properly this time. Because he said if you're starting to get blocked pipes, then all sorts of things can go wrong because you've got back pressure. I said, well, organise that for me, and then we'll get that done sometime after Christmas. That, not having that radiator on in that bedroom is not the end of the world, because I'm not going to be using the music room for some considerable time. So it's not urgent, if you see what I mean. By the time I get round to using it, it might be spring anyway, and I won't want the radiator on. We shall see. Anyway, so we're up and running, and we have a video to load. And whenever I do go over to see the orchids, obviously I will take the camera, because I'll be highly surprised if we haven't got any new blooms opened, because I'll not have been there for quite a while. So we'll see how that goes. That'll be Thursday, Tuesday today. I won't go tomorrow. If I'm going to go Thursday, there's no point in going tomorrow. And then Friday I'm off to get Hannah in the afternoon, so then Christmas starts proper. And the channel will effectively be shut down, I would imagine. So we'll go from there. But thanks for all your happy Christmases and happy New Year and everything. It's nice to have these little things in the comments. They're appreciated. And it's like I've said with my channel, everybody gets their comment read, and most comments get an answer in words or a comment. You know, I do spend that time first thing in the morning while I'm waking up and getting my third coffee down. Nothing works properly in the morning without coffee. But yeah, you know, it's a two-way thing. You know, the comments are appreciated, and because I appreciate them, I bother answering. And if somebody asks a question, I've got to go and look it up, so be it. You know, that's part of running the channel in my book. So anyway, see you next time. Thanks for dropping by.